Alright YouTube, today I'm building one of those outside pull up and dip bars, the things that they have concreted in feet, about 2 feet, and then it stands up. You see them a lot at parks, not too much at people's houses because obviously they are stuck in there pretty good, and a lot of people like those movable ones you can buy for like 200 bucks from Academy. So what I'm going to be doing, the upright posts are 3-inch 14 gauge square tubing. The upper bar for the hands is going to be 2-inch pipe. I believe I got it out of a scrap pile, so it's 1/4 inch, but it by no means does it have to be that thick. The design here for the dip section, it was done this way so that the person doing pull-ups, or the same person, when he's doing pull-ups, he's not having to try and dodge these bars, hit himself in the rib cage or anything. And I am a little worried about how it's gonna hold up. So the only bracing it's got is this little 45-degree thing here, which that may or may not be altered while I'm building it. But so you've got this whole little bracket section hanging out with no bracing. So I guess we'll build it, see how it works. I'm 300 pounds, so if it can hold to that, should do good. Alright, check in with you when I have it going. Alright, so I cut all my pieces, ground them all down. Here at the edges, deburred them. That's very important for welding, so make sure you don't forget to do it. Sometimes there's a bit of grinding dust on there, so I even hit it with a wire wheel before I go to weld. But that's going to be another day or two. If you'll notice, I did change the prints a little bit. Right here at that edge, I've turned those into 45s. Now that means this 1 foot 5 inch dimension, you're going to have to add 3 inches to it, or else you'll come up short and you'll be too wide where these handles are. So make sure you add 3 inches. It's 1 foot 8 inches. I'll try and remember to update the prints if I put them in the summary underneath the video. Another thing, I'm also going to go and try and add the dimension here for how high this is. And then that should cover all the corrections. I'm sure I'll find something. Something that's important, I use grinding disc on this. That gets it nice and clean, but this pipe, you'll put edges all over it and it'll suck real bad. So make sure you use a flat disc. You always want to use a disc like this. I'm sure people out there know something better to use, but this is what I use. Gets it nice and smooth, gets all this rust off, good for painting, and it doesn't, well, I'm sure somebody can manage it, but it doesn't put an edge on your pipe, so it'll come out nice and good. Alright, well, what I've got left to do is I decided, since it's raining here, I decided I'm going to go ahead and fit these arms up for the dip. And then after I fit those up, I'm going to weld them out, grind them smooth, and then tomorrow I'm going to get the other posts I've got out in the yard and finish it up. I haven't dug my hole yet because of the rain and some other things. I'm partly lazy. At the scrap yard, if you notice here, I put 30 foot of 3 inch. I put 3 foot. It's 3-inch square tubing. The cost $32. My scrap yard sells them for about, it's 20 foot for 40 bucks each, so it's 80 bucks for 40 foot, and that's what's needed for this project. You have a little bit left over, or some parts if you mess up. The pipe, I found a piece of scrap pipe that was straight. Thickness is, I mean, I'm 300 pounds, but this is gonna hold me up for forever. I don't see that rusting anytime soon. It's pretty straight too. It's got a little bend to it, but you know, for a pull-up bar, you don't need anything better. All right. All right. Well, as with normal for me in welding, nothing ever comes out quite right. Everything's always a struggle. I wasn't thinking about it. I was planning on stick welding this. 14 gauge is just really... I tried using 6013, and with this poor of a fit up, it just wasn't going to work. So I had to break out the TIG welder. Keep in mind my TIG setup is scratch start, 16th inch thoriated tungsten, and 16th inch filler. So yeah, the spots that I've put it were just as wide, but this corner right there, I decided to stop and let the metal cool off a while, because that's going to take a while to fill. So if you're watching this video, you probably don't have a pedal TIG, probably scratch start or stick or something. So make sure when you cut it, something I didn't do when I did it was make sure your beam is level. I used this chop saw here, and it was just sitting down on the ground, and my beam stretched out all the way, and I didn't make sure it was level. So when I cut, well, it made quite the mess of things. So that's going to be a joy to fill. I got this side, and then I've got this other side to do, but the gap isn't too bad there, so that should go pretty good. But so far so good. I'll eventually get that filled in. This would definitely be a good time to have a MIG machine though. Alright, got the dip stuff all welded out. After looking at them, I'm not sure which would support better, if the 45 bracket there was up or on the bottom. I'm going to think about it overnight, and then we'll decide if we're going to put the handles on tomorrow or wait for a little bit. But I think I may put that up top. I don't know. I'm not 100%. Alright, so I got these all welded up, and I've gone ahead and put one on a beam. So that should hold. I've tested these welds. They should hold me, so that's pretty good. I'm about to turn this post around, and I'll do the other one. Something I didn't have on the plans is capping the ends of these, as well as the end of this. How I did it, to be honest with you, I have these 3/16 welding coupons I got a whole bucket of them. I held them over, tacked them on, and then just ground it off until it was round. Fully welded it out, and then used flap disc to make it smooth. Did the exact same thing on the end, except I had to weld two of these together to cover up the whole thing, and then ground, and did all the same thing. Covers it up quite nicely, which should be mentioned that I also covered up this post here. That's going to be at the top. Don't want any water to get in there. Fully welded all this. I'm new at TIG welding. I'm sure if I had a bigger collection of cups or smaller cups or whatever, I could have got in there. And I've got a little spot I need to go back over right there. I know those aren't pretty, but getting down in there and that corner weld, I just used my little flux core machine. I didn't trust myself with TIG. You know, this is going to be down, so when water's raining, you know, it might have a tendency to collect there, so I didn't want to leave it open. So I went ahead and welded that with the flux core instead of giving it my best TIG shot. So after I put this side on the other side, I'm going to spread it out, and I'm going to put this bar over here that took me probably 30 minutes to grind clean and smooth. It's 5 foot wide. I'm going to put it on, and I cut out these I cut out these to be the exact length of the bar. I'm going to put one at the top, and I've got another one here that I placed somewhere. But I'll put the other one at the feet so I make sure it's good and even out, and it's 5 foot wide across the whole thing. Then I'm going to take it out and paint it. Those are level, it's just the way the ground is. I'm on a very, as you can tell, I'm on quite the hill. And there it is. I'm using the straps to hold this thing level while the concrete dries. Well, as you can tell, I'm not too good at pull-ups. I haven't done them in quite a while. I hope to change that soon. The paint I used out there on it kind of came out brick red. I really thought this would be brown, but I'm not mad about it. I don't know if they even make this anymore. It's been in a paint drawer for, who knows, probably a couple decades. You know, I went and measured it. The dip bars, they're off by probably about, they're not level. If I raise that right handlebar, it would be. I don't think it's going to be an issue. Pull-up bar is good. It's perfectly level. Concrete set. I gotta take the straps off here in another day. I used those to keep it level while I did it. So yeah, that's that project. I gotta, you know, I'm out of this. I don't know if they're gonna make any more of it, or if I can even find this color. So I'm probably gonna end up painting it all. But if you like that, it's Rust-Oleum primer, bare metal. Doesn't even say the color. Just has a brown lid. Comes out brick red. All right, have a good one.